Hey, it's BrickTsar. We're going to look at another vintage Lego set. This is one I used to look at in the catalogs and go, I wish I could get that set. It is the Police Headquarters set 585. It is from 1975. It does have minifigures. It's got 3 vehicles. It's a really big set for the time, but it only takes a few minutes to build. Has some rare and hard to find parts. And it has some, well, let's just say problems, because the minifigures can't really get in the vehicles that they're supposed to be driving, except for the motorcycles, and then with those they have to sever their legs in order to ride them. So it is a really cool set. It is the first year that LEGO introduced these minifigures, so it's a change. Actually, they introduced those figures, and they really didn't change the vehicles. They rehashed a lot of vehicles there in the mid-70s. So these cars, actually, some variants of them appeared in other sets. So we'll look at those a little closer. But this is the Police Headquarters. It was a big set to me as a kid. And to kids today, it's a little teeny tiny set, but it has 4 of the minifigures, 3 vehicles, has some signs, it's got an antenna, and it's a garage, and they used Lego plates to make the L10 landing pad for the helicopter. We do have another set that we're going to look at, the heliport, which is also kind of like a police station. But that one was before even the minifigures. So let's look at the vehicles and the minifigures now. I think my favorite part of this is these little build-a-motorcycles. They're basically, these wheels are on 2x2 wheel holders, and then that's the minifigure's legs right there. And that's his torso, that's his belt. There's just a 1x2 brick there. They're held together by a 2x4 plate, and then you got 1x1 round bricks with solid stud there, and then they use a tile here sideways in between studs, and then this is held in between studs. I don't think they do that type of build in any sets anymore, but that's how you build those 2 little motorcycle cops. Oh, excuse me, I mean police cops. Anyway, yeah, they're motorcycle policemen or cops. It's Punch and John. And here are our minifigures. They put a 1x2 plate in the middle. I guess that's to represent their belt. Actually, it looks kind of funny. You can't ever tell which way these guys are looking. I guess it depends on which way they're hit. See, like now he's looking to the side, and he's looking at him, and he's looking at him. They had not invented the male minifigure hair yet. They did have female hair before we got the actual minifigures. But this is what the males had to have, was the cap. Everybody wore a cap. Here's the police car. And I think, yep, it's pretty much identical to the police car in the heliport, which I'll be reviewing later. Has the printed headlight bricks. It's got the police logo on the sides there. Those are 2x3 bricks. You can build it in about 20 seconds. Not much to it. And if you're saying, well, those are kind of a boxy car, it was 1975. All the cars were boxy. So now let's look at the van. Here is the paddy wagon. Again, similar build. All of the, a lot of the vehicles from even before they had the minifigures had this similar style to the build. You usually had a plate, you had the wheels, some bricks under the plate, then a 2x4 plate in the front with the windshield piece and the headlight brick hanging off of it. I mean, that was very common. And here in the paddy wagon, they got window shutters to open the back. And easy escape was nothing new now, because all you got to do is push the shutters open. I guess those are this is a 1x4 brick with the printed bar pattern. I guess that's supposed to be like the bars for the paddy wagon. But obviously, both with the car and the truck, these minifigures are not going to be fitting in there anytime soon. Like I said, these vehicles were in the Lego world before we ever got these types of figures. And they introduced those figures and just kind of threw them in with sets, and it wasn't until later that they actually started making it where the figures could actually, you could at least put one in a vehicle. Now here's the police helicopter, again with the police brick. Now the police logo on the 2x3 bricks is only on one side. They didn't ever do it on both sides that I can remember. And if you wanted to have somebody driving, I guess you could put him like that, and then his head gets hit. That's even without the belt, so even that doesn't really work. But again, not many pieces to that helicopter. Alright, this set is just full of pieces that can break really easy. But we'll put the cars in the garage here. I don't know which one goes where. Some of the sets would have the tiles here to make the road path, but they did not do that in this set. And then they got these glass doors, so that's potential pieces to break. I've actually had the handles break, and the connectors there break. These signs break easily. In fact, this one's twisted. Now this is a highly breakable piece. This police sign here. We'll set him behind the sign. Those little it's almost like oh, I need to break that off. And so yeah, it's dangerous. Right here's the phone, the pay phone. Make your one phone call when you get taken to the police station. And then the doors. Now of course the minifigures, they cannot really fit in these doors, but they are opening doors. But there's nothing really inside that you can do anything with. Even the way they built it, they got bricks going across, so there's nothing you can do with the inside. You can't take it off easily. I mean, you can take that off easily, but there's no point in doing anything on the inside. I didn't bother to clean my bricks. Most of these are vintage bricks. I think I did substitute a few with modern bricks, but eventually I'll get around to de-yellowing these white bricks. But nothing much going on the back except this set of 3 yellow windows. I do like having all the yellow windows. That's pretty cool. Now here is the walkway. That's what that brick there is representing, as a walkway between the upper level and when the helicopter lands there. That kind of looks like a gel, but it is where the vehicles are. And that is the set, except for the top of the building. Let's go up there. Up here, you got the little radio tower, or whatever that is, and then an 8-prong antenna. Very common for those antennas to be broken. But that's what you had for TV back in the day, kids, in case you didn't know. And then L10 spelled out with plates. Now this plate that it's on, the building plate, the base plate, it looks like this before you start building. See? Ooh, I have an extra. And a lot of these sets back then, they kind of guided you by showing you where to put your bricks when you're building the set. One of the drawbacks to that is that if you wanted to build something else, you'd have these white dots showing. It actually annoyed me as a kid. I wish they didn't have the dots when I was a kid on the sets that I had, because anytime I tried to build something different, the white dots were showing. So you're trying to figure out ways to cover up the white dots. But that's what the purpose of this is. My instructions look pretty tatty. This is probably one of the worst copies of instructions that I have. I think I got another one somewhere that's in better shape, but I got this out just to show you. Right there, 1975. So that's when that set came out. And they did have alternate builds on there. You can go to brickfactory.info to get instructions. I've printed out a copy of the instructions here with laser printer, color laser printer. So all the main steps. It's not the whole thing, but enough to build this, what you see, the police headquarters. So yes, another vintage set. There we go. Got to be focused. I love vintage. And what I'm thinking about doing with my Lego town, once we get some room cleared out and we have the trains going to different sections, I'm going to kind of group the buildings that are from the same time period or same era and put them together. So these sets that came out between 1975 and 1978, I'll put them in a section. The sets that came out before 1975, they'll be in another section. So that's my goal. And I do have quite a few of these from 1975. I hope you enjoyed this review. Thanks for watching it. Be sure to give it the thumbs up. I do have other reviews from the same time period. The hospital, and there's some others. And we've got more that we're going to look at. So anyway, thanks for watching. You've been watching BrickTsar.